All right, good morning, everybody. You're right here at the Morning Mayhem. We're on Piper Beach Radio with Dollar Bill, and we have a new co-hostess this morning, Heather. How are
Taylor
you?
Jr.
Taylor Jr. That's exactly the way
Taylor
she wants to
Jr.
be known.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you do all the goofy TikTok? You're not going to chase us around with a camera, are
No,
you?
she.
That
Taylor
woman,
chases me and tries to get me to
She
dance.
chases every strangers driving and
I know.
ask directions on how to get to Peach Park, and she says, "Let's do a TikTok," and she makes them do a TikTok out in the park.
I refuse to dance on a TikTok.
See, I can't dance. My legs are bad. She's made me dance. I look like a man with an epileptic seizure out there. I'm telling you, she's obsessed. I saw it, but I did laugh at the one. But I look at some of these, and at my age, I'm an old guy. I don't understand the subtleties because she uses all the music that's pretty hip.
Yes,
news.
it.
And I'm like, I don't understand what they're saying. And then y'all are mouthing things, and it's like, I don't understand what's going on here. It is, but I saw her chasing you out of the building, Mike, on one.
I know. She was
chasing you out in the parking lot.
She got a little too deep in that role,
Yeah.
Bill. You know, it seemed a little too lifelike.
Yeah, well, I'd run from her. I'm running from her too, but it's just so I don't have to do another TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can be Heather.
I'll just be Heather.
Heather. You
No.
can be Heather.
Heather.
Hey, look, it's Mike, Dollar Bill, and Heather.
You know, Heather. That's the English when they play golf. Their courses the rough. They call it the heather.
The
You heard
heather.
that term before?
I'm pretty sure Heather
Well,
just
I've heard
means like
people refer to her
grass
as
or
rough.
shrub.
Oh, it does anyway.
Valid.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
I didn't
I've
realize
heard him
that.
say, "Oh, she's rough.
Yeah.
Don't mess with her. She's rough." If I had a golf term, I'd be a frog hair. You know, that's the frog hairs, the little piece of grass between the green and the fairway is called the frog hairs. So that just seems to suit me.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why.
I've never heard that term.
Yeah, frog hairs.
I know that in my head, like both of y'all are picturing like an actual golf course right now. I was picturing the little pixelized Wii golf game. Do y'all remember the Wii's?
I am feeling now. You just rubbed it in. I am old.
Well,
The Wii's are pretty old, Bill.
it is.
Don't tell me that.
It has been around. I bet 20 years plus.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I bought a Wii when they first came out because
I did too.
my grandchildren were young, coming up. And when they came to visit, instead of just being with the old folks, I wanted to have something. And I did enjoy playing like the the tennis, and it gave me a little exercise
Yeah.
and all that, and the dance
Right.
and stuff. I still have my Wii in a drawer somewhere. I don't guess it's been out of that drawer in 12 years. 50,
Safely in that drawer.
yeah.
You know where it is to find-
The
you need
I
it.
would bring it out when, I didn't leave it up. Well, I did when it was new. It was kind of, Mary and I would play with it. But then once the kids went, they live out of state. Once they went away, it was on the mantle, and Mary'd say, "It's wires, get rid of it." So I'd have to take it down and put it in a drawer. And then when they came to visit, I'd take it out, Well, they, got older, so one time they came down, we didn't take it out. I've never taken it out again. It's been in that same, until we moved, it was in that same drawer for 20, 15 years. I don't know. But I thought I'd forgotten about Wii's.
I think we had a bowling, whatever
bowling?
game or whatever.
Yeah.
Were they cartridges? I don't
think
even
they-
remember.
I know you could buy
Was it like a DVD?
different things too that you could hold in, they came with one kind of controller, and then you could buy fancier controllers
Yeah.
and stuff.
Like attachments?
Yeah.
There you go.
And my wife
Attachments. That's
kept
the
saying,
right word.
"The boys are coming, you got to go buy a new toy for them."
Let the boys bring their own toys.
But now I'm feeling really old
That
now.
is not how grandparents work, Mike.
I know. We get to lavish everything and then send the children home.
Get
Yep.
them all hyped up on
I have
candy.
one.
I sugar them
Yes,
up and
hyped
send
up
them
on
home,
candy.
too.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's not
Well,
step
you know what's
one.
funny is it's
Typically at the end.
at my
of the
age now.
visit.
I look back, and you're grandparent now. It's funny the change because growing up, if my son or daughter did certain things, I would have murdered them. I would have been so strict. I would have murdered them. I would have kill them dead for doing things that now I see my grandsons do, and I laugh my butt off. It's weird how that changes. I was sitting they came when they were little, still toddlers, my two grandsons. I was in the living room. Mary was in the kitchen with the kids and the boys, and I was watching TV or football or something. And I noticed out of the peripheral vision, one of my grandsons kind of sneaking through the room next to me, and I thought, what's he doing? So I looked, and he was looking around, and little kids, they don't see, he went walking and out of my vision. He came back. A little while later, I saw him looking around like he's doing something wrong. I thought, what is he doing? So I snuck around and watched. He was taking hot dogs they were making hot dogs in the kitchen. And he had found out you could take the register where our air conditioning and heating blows out of the floor. You could lift that up, and there's this dark hiding place. And he was pulling that up and putting hot dogs down in the in the air conditioning heater and putting the grate back on. Now, if I'd caught my son doing that in my parents' house, I would have tanned his hide till he couldn't walk. I would have really been on him.
He'd had a rough ride home.
I laughed and didn't tell my wife about it for a week. I wanted those.
You just left
Yes, I left them in the heating and air conditioning. And after about 4 days, she went, "What's that? I smell something odd in this room." I just started laughing. I went over and showed her, and she said, "You left it in there." I said, "I wanted you to find it." And I knew if she had seen him do it, she'd have probably gotten mad, gotten upset. I thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. Now, tell me what the difference is in.
It's all of the love without any of the responsibility.
That's a good point. Good deal. I like the way you put that, Heather. All the love and none of the responsibility. Although, the first time they let Paw watch the boys, they lived in Rhode Island, and one of them was about 5, and the other one was 3. And they had never left the boys alone with Paw before. They were visiting. But my son and his wife and my wife went to go look at something I didn't want to go see, and the kids would have carried. It was like a house in Montevallo, something they wanted to see it. I said, "I'll stay. I'll watch the boys. That's fine." It was Saturday morning, They said, and my wife says, "You're going to watch them." I said, "I'll watch them." "You're going to watch them." "I'm going to watch them." So she goes, they left. And sure enough, I'm watching them. They're out on the deck, and they're playing around. It's a pretty day. The dog's out there with them, and I go in to get a glass of iced tea or something. And as I'm coming back out, I'm seeing the older boy. He's been over playing with probably a truck or something. I bought him, a toy. And I look, and to my horror, the little 3-year-old's toddling over behind him with a hammer. I don't know where he found a hammer. I don't usually just leave a hammer out on the deck, but apparently I did, and he found it. And he's going over there, and he's about to whack his brother in the back of the head. He's just laughing with a hammer. Man, I caught him just as he was coming down.
Golly.
And I thought, oh my God, how would have I explained this? So of course, I didn't even pop him. I said, no, not good. You'll hit your brother with a hammer. He hid the hammer.
We can't do violence. We can't do battery.
Don't kill your brother till you get old enough to go to jail. Anyway, I didn't tell any of them any of that story for literally probably 8 to 10 years. Finally, the boys are now, one's in college and one's about to be a senior in high school. So it was that long ago. I think I told them that story last year. They were horrified, but what are you going to do? My statute of limitations was up, so I was good.
Well, not exactly, because of a minority of the child.
Well, that's true. My wife doesn't believe in statute of limitations anyway.
I really only have, and this is like babysitters, whatever. I have one rule with my youngin'. Just keep her alive. Just keep her alive. Do what you must. Keep her alive. So you're not babysitting.
No.
You're not on the list. You're not on the approved list there, Bill.
It's okay. I did catch it in time. Now, come on. Give me the break. No
do
one
get
was
some
injured
credit.
in the making of that memory.
You get 1 point for stopping the brutal murder.
I stopped it at the last minute.
Well, as you were telling the story, I wanted to say, and what emergency room did y'all go to, Bill?
Oh, could you imagine? Y'all need to come on back. Why is something wrong? Well, yeah, one of the boys killed the other one.
It's a fractured skull.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be all right, though.
I think he's going to be all right.
They're mostly cartilage. at
His
this age.
eyes are crossed for the rest of his life, but he's doing all right.
Doctor said it shouldn't affect him too long. Oh, gosh. Well, we're here broadcasting live from the Clanton Tractor Studio. We want to thank a couple of our sponsors this morning.
Yes.
Let's thank the folks at Coca-Cola. What do we got? We all got Coca-Cola products.
I got my monster. In fact,
I'm
I've
glad
already
to see,
killed one.
I'm glad to see our co-host is a full-blooded Coca-Cola drinker.
Well, I was
None of
between
this-
this and the Dr. Pepper.
None of this other stuff,
No.
which
Yeah.
is, the purest.
Heather likes Coca-Cola. Go on. Heather likes Coca-Cola. It is 6:15 almost. 6:14 is our exact time. Going to be another hot one again today. I do have something that I learned yesterday that I want to share with everybody that's, to me, is bizarre and a little strange. And it involves air conditioning.
Air conditioning.
And heat.
Okay.
And it's bizarre. We'll talk about that coming up and more. Thanks for watching and listening this morning to Morning Mayhem on Piper Peach Radio. We'll be back after a quick break at 6:15.
Looking for the perfect way to unwind, compete, and have fun with friends or family? Then Putter Up Pelham is your next destination. Whether you're a mini golf pro or just out for a good time, Putter Up offers a one-of-a-kind indoor putting experience with custom effects lighting, sounds, and robotics at each hole, plus automated scoring and a virtual caddy to guide your game. And our ADA-compliant courses include special putters for individuals using wheelchairs or walkers, so everyone can join the fun from ages 4 to 100. Rain or shine, day or night, it's always game time at Putter Up. Come for the fun, stay for the challenge. Swing by Putter Up, where every stroke counts. Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
There's a pride that comes from employing over 6,000 people in America, welding, fabricating, assembling with local and global parts, delivering a machine just right for you. Japanese engineering meets American ingenuity that builds on our 50-year legacy of quality, reliability, and durability that makes us the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. These aren't just machines. This is a way of life. And that's why Kubota is investing hundreds of millions right here at home. Because we won't settle on what was good enough yesterday. We're innovating with inspiration from the hard-working men and women that proudly sit on our equipment every day. So you can be sure that every one of us have you in mind when a machine or implement comes down that line. We know how hard you work. We'll do the same. This is Kubota.
After 6, we're so glad you're with us. It is a Monday, and it's going to be another hot day and a chance of afternoon thunder showers. It's, the standard forecast for the summer, I guess. We're glad you're with us. Thanks for watching and listening.
Yeah, I finished my yard work yesterday in the rain.
Oh, yeah, we did get a little rain.
With
I was glad.
weed eater, didn't really affect the weed eater. Not like your
like mowing
lawnmower,
and blowing.
right? Getting wet grass stuck in there. This doesn't happen.
That's nasty.
And I did that the wrong way.
I napped right through that storm.
Yeah.
That was elite nap storm.
Oh, good
Just
for
a little
you.
rolling thunder.
Yeah, I did a little nappage myself.
Yeah.
It's just you, Mike.
We got just a little bit of thunder, but I didn't see any lightning, so I kept working.
See, we didn't get a lot of rain, but we got a lot of rolling thunder.
Yeah, we got a
Did
pretty
you
good
really?
bit of rain.
We got a good bit of rain, and I was glad because my pawpaw trees are starting to look a little withered.
A little peaked.
Little peaky. Speaking of the heat, I learned something I never thought about. Did you know that the only people on the earth that really care about air conditioning is Americans? I did not know this, but 80, 90% of America has air conditioning,
I would think, yeah.
Almost, we're so used to every business you go in has got air conditioning. Some businesses and some restaurants are actually in the summertime too cold, right? My wife
agree.
complains sometimes she
Take a
should have worn a
jacket.
sweater.
Yep.
But everything in our homes, most people, thank goodness, can afford air conditioning and have it. Some people have it and won't run it much because of the cost, but they have it. Did you know in Europe, almost nobody has air conditioning? In Paris, it's down to only 40% of the people in France have air conditioning.
I didn't know it was that high.
In England, it's 4%.
I heard 5%.
Yeah.
Of the houses had it,
That's it.
So,
and here's the deal that really threw me off. They are against air conditioning. They think they're elitist. They think Americans are weak and wasteful, and they think they're above air conditioning because it's immoral to run air conditioning. Well, yes, they can think that way because they never have had but just a day or two, maybe 3 or 4 days a year where they would need air conditioning.
Exactly.
And now they're in the new world where they've had nothing but horrible heat waves. This year they've already had 4 major heat waves. They started in April, they had one in May, they had one in June, now they're in another one where it's over 103 and 4 degrees in Paris and in England. And these cities, especially like Paris, are made of stone, brick and stone. There's no metal and glass and wood, and a lot of them, they've got cathedrals and stuff that were built 1,000 years ago,
Yeah,
500
hundreds of years ago.
That stuff holds heat. So when the hot day, they're baking, that's like an oven, and when the sun goes down all night long, that stuff is releasing heat. So
it's like a little pizza stone.
It's just like a pizza stone, and they're dying. And they had I didn't know this worldwide. I knew there's you can figure in South America and Africa, a lot of places there is no air conditioning because it's just so poor. There's just no electricity even. But do you know 500,000 people die every year from heat? 490-something thousand people die strictly because of the heat. And those numbers are starting to really increase. I noticed Paris had 12 people last week die from heat alone. They've never had that. And so I think they're changing their attitudes now. They said that where they used to sell little window units and stuff, and people were disdainful. People that would buy them would hide them, would buy them at night and sneak them home and not let their neighbors know they had a little air conditioner because they didn't want anybody to know they'd fallen off the wagon or whatever. Now,
caller.
Thank you. Here I got my unknown caller. I'm sure it's a
very
spam
important call.
But it's and who calls this early in the morning on the phone? That's what drives me.
Unknown caller.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning.
I know.
Well, Bill, about that story, there was a mayor, I think it is, of Paris that
yeah.
came out and is blaming the United States for all our gas global warming in essence. Yes, all the
our emissions.
There you go.
China's worse.
Oh, I know, but she doesn't mention that. I was just going to say she doesn't mention China because they
hate Americans.
They're kind of cozying up to China now, or trying to.
The French. Remember we got to where we were so mad at France, we called them American fries or freedom fries.
Freedom fries. That's exactly right.
We got to where we
didn't want to use the word
France because remember they wouldn't let us fly over in one of the wars and stuff.
The Gulf Wars.
Yeah.
In the 90s.
And they don't love them. A lot of them don't love Americans. I don't know why
and they did absolutely nothing in Iran.
Yeah, that's true.
They've done nothing but complain.
They did give us the Statue of Liberty.
Which, of course, I mean, and they did help us in the American Revolution 250 years ago.
Well, that's true, but we helped them too.
Oh, we have in their own revolution. You're exactly.
Yes.
Plus World War I and World War II.
That's right.
But I just thought that was a little rich for them to sit there and
blaming us
when their new best friend is by far the worst offender. They do nothing basically to curtail their.
They still do
their
a
emissions.
lot of coal burning and all kinds of stuff just to keep their stuff
Well,
going.
it's cheap.
But
It's
if
cheap, Bill.
it
Compared
is cheap,
to the
it's
electricity
full
that
of
we
carbon
use.
and sulfur. And the thing is, did you see where now Russia, the Ukrainians, have drones striked a lot of their oil refineries.
Yep.
And they hit the big modern one near Moscow last week. Now they're having to fire up old refineries that put out the old style gas that the new cars simply can't use. They're high in sulfur and lead, and so the old cars can still maybe burn it. But now their cars from the last 15 years can't burn this new fuel they've got everywhere. And cars, they said they've had like 600-700 cars destroyed. Their engines just couldn't take it and blew up or froze up or whatever happened.
That's something we haven't talked about in a while is the Russia-Ukraine war and how that has progressed. Because when you see what's happening,
booty.
I know it. I was just going to say, they are really close. I mean, they're
really bringing the Russians down now because now, for so many years, those first few years of the Ukrainian war, the Russians never heard what was going on much. Because it was over there and they control all the news. Well, now so many Russian soldiers are dying or have died. It's starting to show up back home. People are starting to see how many young men are dying. Now the economy's paying off, and they said that now almost 1 out of every 5 gas stations in Russia aren't open. Are only open 1 out of 5. 4 out of 5 are closed, and the ones that are open have miles of lines. And people are going out at 11 o'clock at night, parking in a line and sitting overnight so that hopefully they can get gas sometime the next day. And so now it's finally, now that the Ukrainians are hitting things in Russia, the Russians themselves are starting to see and feel the weight of the war, where they were insulated from it for the first year and a half.
Well, a couple of things I want to add to that is, one, I heard this story on the radio the other day when I was traveling, and these guys were talking about that the average life expectancy of a Russian soldier on the front line, literally the time that once they got there, they said that it was reported was 20 minutes.
What?
That these guys are getting killed by the thousands.
I didn't know.
Because
and
all of a
that's
sudden,
almost sad because obviously now with wars we have Snapchat, but like videos when all of this with Ukraine and Russia first started, it was young Russian soldiers telling the Ukrainian soldiers, "We don't want to be here. They're making us be here.
Right,
we don't want to fight."
It was all subscription, yeah.
So now in 20 minutes you're dying in a war you don't want to fight in.
And then also I wanted to say that they said that Putin is becoming so desperate that he is considering using
nuclear
what
weapons.
they call tactical nuclear weapons, which
Small
I don't
ones.
know what that means. Except
They're
more,
little.
More pinpoint.
They're little weapons. They're nuclear, but they're really small. But they still are nuclear weapons with the heat and the radiation. They just aren't so big.
That's the thing, That's
they're like mortars.
That's the gift that keeps on giving. Once that happens,
and just the
that
fact,
area's ruined.
Once someone actually, the last time nuclear weapons were used we used it against the Japanese, Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Twice.
That's 2.
Yep.
One was a atom bomb, the other thermonuclear bomb. We've never used one since. If the Russians use any type of nuclear bomb, what does that open to the world? What does that say? I think if he used it, I think the world would turn on Russia to the point, I think it would really backfire on him. But, Putin is so crazy and he's so insulated. He's like the madman. He doesn't even know what's real anymore because everybody's scared to say anything but yes to him.
Right.
I'm sure because you say, "Oh, Vladimir, I don't think that's a good idea." Bang, boom. Okay, I think it's a good idea.
Or you die after you eat your salad. After they poison you. That's what they like to do. They kill.
They're doing that here, Mike.
He's killed 2 or 3. You think that's what happened?
No,
there?
the parasite in the lettuce right now. Honestly, we just shut some of that over there.
You think the parasites in the lettuce is from Russia?
No, I'm saying we could send some of our lettuce over there.
Oh, I see. I got you.
Make them have explosive diarrhea until they die.
I just meant they've had 2 or 3 of his greatest political rivals.
Yeah. What about the guy
poisoned to death?
The guy that they sent, they sent those guys and they poked him in the back of the leg with an umbrella, and he's dead the next day from that plutonium whatever little
exactly
pellet.
Something they put.
They've got all kind of exotic stuff for killing people.
Yep, they do. Well, hey, it's 6:29.
Let's send them lettuce. I would love to see Vladimir Putin
if nothing else, we
dealing
get a
with
break.
explosive diarrhea.
Product of Nicaragua. All right. Well, it's 6:29 here on a Monday.
You don't normally get to talk about explosive
July
diarrhea
the 13th.
on the air. It's kind of neat.
It is time for a break, so we're going to come right back after these words from our sponsors. You're watching and listening to the Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peaks Radio.
One is our time. Well, let's make it 6:32 because it just clicked.
All right,
28 minutes, away from 7.
That's right. And here we are on this Monday morning. I want to thank a couple of our sponsors here. I want to mention Larry Puckett Chevrolet down in Prattville. I think that is, I don't know if it's the world's largest lot that they have, or is it
they
just
got
the state of Alabama.
Pre-owned cars in the state.
How about that? That's
lots
a lot of
to
them.
choose from.
That'd be a lot of them. And I also want to thank our friends at Putter Up Indoor Putt Golf there in Pelham.
That's what Heather was really, that's what Heather was really thinking about when we were talking golf courses.
Yeah.
Electronic golf.
Yes.
Well, guys,
Heather.
The FIFA World Cup is about to wind down.
I have watched.
Down to our last
I'm
4
not a big
teams.
soccer fan.
Yeah.
I have watched more soccer in the last 2 weeks than I've watched in my entire life. Of course, I watched a lot of the American.
That's right.
Till they went out.
USA.
And then, I've got those good friends that are British, so I've been watching England. And I watched the England match the other night, which was thrilling. I just wish I knew what the hell I was watching.
kick
'Cause
the
I
ball
don't know,
into the net.
You kick the ball, and you do, and then they start screaming for no, the guys, they're yelling, and I just see them still running. I don't know what they're all excited about, and then you see them kick a few times. I'm so lost, but it's so exciting to kind of watch it now that if you feel like you got some kind of skin in the game. So now I'm watching England for my friends and see how they do because they're going to. They won the other night.
They did. They beat
They're going to play Argentina,
Norway.
isn't it?
They
Yeah.
do. They play Argentina on Wednesday. Yep.
Norway. Have y'all seen?
Squareheads.
Have you seen all the memes and all the jokes of I'm gonna butcher his name, Handel, whatever. He's like this giant. He's like 6'4", 200 something pounds. Norwegian guy that's just he's very blonde hair, blue eyes, like
Looks like a Norwegian.
Very
Yes.
pale.
Like a Viking.
But he,
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
they call him the Viking. And the faces he's making, like all his entire existence, just he's owning the internet right now. But it is hilarious to see some of the jokes coming out of it.
Well, the neat thing is when they were, of course, they lost the other night, but up until that point, they, a lot of them wear the Viking helmets and stuff, and they all do the rowing thing, the Viking rowing thing. And it was neat because when they were playing in that stadium, I guess they were in Miami, playing down there against England, there was
That's right.
hundreds of them in the red shirts, and they were all rowing. And it's the coolest thing to see them.
Like the wave.
Yeah, it's
you
like
know,
the way, but
different
it's the
variation.
Viking rowing, and they did it in Times Square. They took over Times Square when they came to America. They all, of course, flew in, most of them to New York, and they went down to Times Square, thousands of them, and literally took over Times Square, hundreds of them, and they were in red. They had the Viking. They were doing the rowing. It was, I love, this has turned out. I was a little skeptical about doing the World Cup in America, in the Americas, but I have turned out the Europeans have loved most of the Americans. I think they've really turned around some of the disdain that they may have had for America once they got here and saw people were really nice to them. They love Waffle House. They love
air
all kinds of
conditioning.
things. Air conditioning.
They like our air conditioning.
Yeah, they do.
They like what?
Our air conditioning.
They do.
May or may
They're-
not.
They may not want to have it at home, but they
fans.
like it here, especially in Miami.
The
and
barbecue. Everyone eating the barbecue.
And and what they've all gone nuts over Waffle House.
And
Isn't that funny?
Buc-ee's.
And Buc-ee's. They've just said Buc-ee's
Staples.
like nothing they've ever
Chick-fil-A.
seen.
I mean, I've seen them all. These videos they
Yeah.
do in these
Well,
places.
and every one of them, it's the same kind of deduction coming from everyone coming from other countries. It's just we were wrong about America.
We were told
We were
about
told
what
wrong
we see about
about
America
America.
is not true.
Yeah, and I love that.
I know, it's
because
like-
and
Good.
I hope everybody really, you there's nut jobs everywhere, but you hope everybody's been really nice. Everything looks great as far as what I've been able to see online, the memes and stuff. It's all fun stuff and it's all pretty positive. You haven't heard about any, mass rioting or shooting or anything particularly negative. Most of the stuff you see is so positive.
Well, that makes me wonder what's being said back home. What news is playing back home?
It makes me wonder. I've been watching Sky News and BBC News a lot
I've
over the
seen
last
BBC.
couple of weeks. I watched BBC this morning before I came here, and so far most of it's of course there's still the Russian-Iranian war. I mean America-Iranian war, Russia.
Ukraine.
That stuff is all kind of dominating still, and of course the political stuff is still strong. Mitch McConnell, passing and all that stuff.
Did you see where some guy from Alabama? I don't follow politics. Y'all don't come for me. Some guy went up to get like proof of life on Mitch McConnell.
You're kidding.
Let me find the post.
Okay. But anyway, everything's been so positive with the World Cup. I think it's been one of the neatest things that I've been really pleased with.
It really has, and I wanted
PR.
I wanted to piggyback on what you said a minute ago about you were watching soccer and didn't really fully understand what you're
I
watching.
have no idea what I'm watching.
But you're not the only one that's been watching, Bill. This set records for sporting events.
Really?
This people watching, like the national championship, NCAA football championship last year was like 25 million. Well, this year when the USA's last game, they had over 30 million people watching.
Excellent.
I mean, a lot of people watching, probably like yourself and me. I mean, I'm not an expert. I mean, I've watched a lot of it, and I've actually been to a couple of matches. See, I still call them games.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know
I say the field
lingo.
instead of the pitch.
But I want to just go over something real quick though. In the quarterfinals, Spain defeated Belgium, who's eliminated the U.S. Spain beat them. They're the top-rated team, 2-1. We already talked about England beating Norway 2-1. That was in Miami. And then Argentina beat Switzerland 3-1.
That was a good game. I watched part of it.
Yeah, it was.
Didn't understand most of it, but I still watched it.
It was
on right after England.
Yeah, it was. That's right. It was a different star than Messi for Argentina that helped to win that match. So obviously they have a good team. But tomorrow, as the semifinals begin with France playing Spain, so I think that's 1 versus 4, and then Argentina and England, I believe, is 2 versus 3.
England.
That's on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then those two will meet, I think, Sunday for the championship.
I'm kind of excited about it. Like I said, I was surprised how much I've enjoyed watching some of the matches. Once I was invested for a reason. I'm not just going to put Joe Blow playing Joe Blow and watch much soccer because I don't understand it. But if I've got a little skin in the game, like I watched almost most of the American games, that was thrilling and exciting.
Yes, they were.
And now I'm watching for England, and since I'm mad at France, I'm hoping Spain, and poor Spain right now, is dealing with horrendous fires like we are in our Western.
Oh, are they? I did not know that. Wildfire.
Oh my God, it's been horrible. They've got one now that's still burning. Of course, I was watching on BBC, so I don't know how many hectares. They don't use acres; they use hectares and some. Anyway, a big fire, and they don't normally in Spain have a lot of fire deaths because people can get away from it. They've had like 12 people killed this last few days, and that's a big deal in Spain, So, the poor Spanish are dealing with some same kind of wildfire drought conditions that we are in the Midwest or in the West. And so I'm kind of looking for – I think it'd be great if it came down to Spain and England. That would be kind of cool.
Well, just in case that mayor that was belittling the U.S. and complaining that it was our fault.
In Paris?
Yeah. That mayor, in case she's wondering, both those matches are going to be in the South. One is in Arlington, Texas,
good and hot,
and Atlanta, Georgia, and they're being played indoors in a nice air-conditioned.
Oh, they are playing them indoors, both of them.
Yeah, I mean,
that's nice for the fans, especially
Mercedes-Benz Stadium. That's a.
I think that you should still take the French and run them around outside in the heat. And
they put the grass down, and they leave the grass. They have ways of keeping the grass alive now. You remember, Bill, back in '65, I think it was.
When they opened the Astrodome.
Astrodome, and they
couldn't keep the
grass alive.
So they had to create AstroTurf, named after the Astrodome.
They did.
Yeah,
plastic
grass.
And then there was a stadium there I don't know if it's still in use, I think it still is, in Phoenix, where they literally have the field on rollers, and when the game is over, they move it indoors for the game, and when the game is over, they roll it outdoors so that it gets...
The grass can grow.
Grass gets lots of sun and, water or whatever. It's really cool
how they do it. Some of the stadiums you'll just open up.
Where the Cardinals play now,
But it's bizarre.
Boy, that's a lot of air conditioning being used.
Well, I remember
power bill.
They called the Astrodome. I remember when they opened it. I mean, I'm that old now.
I know what they called it. I remember.
I was like 12 years old when they opened it, and the thing is, it was called the eighth wonder of the world.
Yep.
It was that big a deal, and they never built an indoor building that big, and they gave tours every day, like. You could go as a tourist and tour the Astrodome, and they talked about how the air conditioning had to be so powerful that if you turned it off, the clouds would form in the Astrodome and it would rain in the Astrodome.
How about that now?
Because of the condensation and stuff. And it was just bizarre. I mean, everything was new. They never talked about so many long open girders, so much lighting, so much air conditioning, plastic feet. Had to create plastic grass. And, the first time they did it, they didn't have much padding. It was just the grass on cement. Guys were killing themselves. And they also found out that they were destroying the football players' ankles because the plastic didn't let your feet squirm a little when you were cutting.
Like the dirt.
And it would bite and pop your ankles. And they had to change the plastic for the grass. They had to put more pad. I mean, it was a learning experience to the detriment of those football players that played in there those first years.
Exactly. Bill,
It was a wonder, and it's still there,
Oh, yeah.
They don't do anything in there except give tours once in a while. It's just an huge, empty thing.
The way I remember it was the parking lot is all the way around.
Yeah, they did that. That was the first time you had all that kind of good parking.
Well, when I was 18, I was out there working, and on a Sunday afternoon, we went to a baseball game.
Oh, man.
Sunday
At the
evening.
Astrodome?
It was like, wow. It was like, I felt like Gomer Pyle, coming to the big city.
Shazam.
Exactly. So look at all them big, tall buildings. But I remember we parked. I had a 1974 Pontiac Firebird.
Nice.
And I pulled in, and we were all excited going to the game. So we took off, and I never thought to remark where the car was. I thought,
oh my
won't
God, I didn't
forget.
think about. So did you get lost?
Well, we found it, so I don't guess we were actually lost since we found it, right, Heather?
How long did it take you to find it?
It's a little while, an hour. I tell you why it took
You
an
were
hour.
lost.
No, it was lost.
Well, the reason it was is that we came out very close to where the car was, but we went the wrong direction. And of course, what happens? I mean, we're 4 people wide, trying to find this gold-colored Pontiac.
Well, this is before you could just.
Oh, no
There
remote.
was no blippers.
No. And finally,
funny.
we got to it. And by that time, though, the good news was that most of the parking lot had cleared out.
Yeah, you didn't have
There's
to
no
wait in line.
traffic.
Yeah, there was minimal traffic, although it was a 2-hour ride back to where we were living, so that was a bummer.
Davy Crockett was known for being a frontiersman, right?
Yeah.
Davy Crockett, King
I'm
of the
not
Wild
Davy
Frontier.
Crockett.
Well, Davy Crockett, somebody asked him, don't you ever, when you're wandering in the wilderness, don't you ever get lost? He said, have you ever been lost? He said, I've never been lost. And they said, you've never been lost? He said, nope. Now, I have gotten disoriented. And they said, really? And he said, yeah. I was disoriented for 3 days one time, but I've never been lost.
Ooh.
So you were disoriented. You were not lost.
Yes, but imagine you mentioned him, or any of the pioneers for that matter. Wow. How about that? Trying to come across this country in the.
Have you gone to see the new George Washington movie yet?
Yes, I did go get to see.
Loved it.
We
What
went to see
movie?
Young Washington. Have
No,
you
I
heard
haven't
about that?
seen it. Is it good?
You
You need to go
Is
see
it
it.
good?
Oh, it's great.
Heather?
It's basically
Heather
about
says you need to go see
the
it.
about Washington's
Early years.
Early
isn't it?
years in the primarily the French and Indian War.
Yeah.
I want
Which
to
they
see.
blame him for starting because he was following orders,
Right.
and the British didn't back him because he was from America. Now I think that's the. I don't want to give the story away. Just kidding. It's history.
Yeah, it's
but
Yeah.
he-
Don't tell them if the Titanic sank or not.
Well, and there was one scene where Shane looks over at me and was like, "Well, we know he doesn't die."
Yeah,
I was like,
exactly.
Right.
Well,
Well, but you remember what happened, and I've heard this reported before about him. You tell it about getting shot. So many shot
The
at so many
general that's
times.
never, you can't shoot him.
Yeah,
yeah, and like the hole in the hat, and then the Indians
His
were like,
coat.
"What is your name?"
yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, the one scene where he's before the governor,
I don't know. Yeah, it's some sort of
his higher
stuffy
up, his
Brit.
superior. Yeah.
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 And they're like, "There's holes in your hat. There's holes in your coat." He's like, "Yep, there is."
Yep.
I
They
know,
shot at me.
Well, I read. I think I've told you.
Did he actually? Did they show him as a boy, or is he?
Yeah.
Really? Did he chop down a cherry tree? Not lie to his daddy?
No, it was just a regular apple tree.
He did chop
It was
down an apple
exaggerated.
tree.
No, that wasn't in there. I don't remember being much about him being in his youth.
There was like two little. So and
Okay.
it's like the flashback.
That's what I was gonna say. Maybe some flashbacks, but
And it's him with an axe beating a tree.
Beaten. Okay.
yeah.
Wasn't making much damage, but he.
That
doing
was
his
that
best.
thing, you learned in school that
couldn't
George
tell a
Washington
lie.
couldn't tell a lie. So when his dad asked if he chopped down the cherry tree, he said, "Father, I cannot lie. I did so." And it's all made up. It has nothing to do with reality.
It turns out if you know history much and I don't pretend to know a lot, but I do love that era. He was like.
Are you popping your knuckles out loud?
He had a huge.
Do it on mic. Did you hear that?
I did.
It's like explosions going
Oh
on
my
down
God,
there.
5, and they're probably got some arthritis in them already.
How did you do that?
I can't. I've never been
I
able
can't
to.
either.
I don't
Not
know
at
if
least
I
not
can.
I
intentionally.
thought fireworks was going
No, I
off
already
under
did
the
them all.
table. That's amazing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No.
Sally.
I know.
There was a revolution.
Yeah, there was a revolution. We beat them, and we 250 years ago.
Had something to do with tea.
We formed
the harbor.
a nation.
I
Indians.
want a
That's
sequel.
all I want to say.
Yeah, I want a sequel to that. I want to see the full.
Well, the French and Indian War was really the catalyst, if you will, for Washington's turning, because they told him basically, because he was like, I would like to be considered for this promotion. And they were like, oh, we don't give people born in America those types of promotion. I don't know, it was like.
Was Washington born in America?
Yes.
Virginia.
I did not know that. I mean, I assumed it, but I wondered if he had come over as a British child, but he was born here. Well, I guess you have to because you had to be a natural citizen to be president.
Well, but I think that came maybe afterwards.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
so.
he was kind of first.
Maybe
so
he
like
set
that.
the standard.
And I'm pretty sure I'm right about. I think if he had been born in
No, that's.
in England, he could have been eligible for these, because he really wanted to be this British soldier. That was his goal, and this was the whole thing, was that they basically sent him out there and really didn't give him a whole lot of instruction on what to do, and
They used him as a
blamed him
scapegoat.
because he did something, and it
gotcha.
kind of backfired, and it really wasn't his fault. It was his men. He realized that. I think the realization, Heather, I think you might agree, was that he realized he could not be friends with his subordinates. He had,
gotcha.
in other words, he was doing.
You
the
gotta
buddy
be
system.
the boss.
Hey man, listen, this is what I want you to do, instead of this is what you will do.
Yeah,
This
right.
is your orders.
Well,
These
I
are your
think
orders.
he also he didn't have any experience in like combat or war or
Right.
anything like that. So once he was in that situation, but when they built the fort and there was all the turmoil over the location of it, I think
Well, that was another
he
thing.
struggled to take opinions from those friends.
I
too.
got you.
Trying to be like.
So he was learning leadership skills on the
Absolutely.
job.
Well, I mean,
he
It's
was
like the
learning while he
rise.
was doing it.
It's like 1755, so it's 20 years before the
Civil War. I mean, the Revolutionary War,
yeah, that was what 1775.
75.
Yeah, I think it was 4. Yeah, something like that. Right. So it was almost 20 years. So he would have been. He was only like 67, I think, when he died. So he wasn't real old. So if you take, so he was probably in his 20s, mid 20s.
a big part of the plot is how young he is.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know
really?
that.
He did a lot
So-
young.
I think he died 1799, maybe.
Yeah.
So that would make him 1832. So, back then he would have been 23 years old, 25 years old. And, he looked real young. The guy playing him was real young. But
Wasn't Washington tall too? Wasn't he like?
He was.
He was
6'2"?
like 6'2" and like redheaded and.
That's so cool.
yeah.
Okay, so according to my quick Google search, 21 or 22 in that movie.
Okay, there you go.
This is his approximate age.
That's so neat. I want to
stand
see the
corrected.
movie. Is it running now?
You were close,
Yes.
like for a guess
I know,
off the top of the head.
I was
yeah.
just messing around. But
Well, I was thinking like 16. I was like, that's too big of a difference.
But later, Bill, when he became president, he hosted all of these leaders of different Indian tribes, to use English words. So they came to, I think they were in Philadelphia. I think that at that time he was in
Yeah.
Philadelphia, not
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 Washington.
Washington or New York. New York also was the capital for a while. But anyway, they came, and one of the guys who had fought against him in the French and Indian War, and he wanted to meet him because he told him he had him in his sights like a dozen times and shot every time and didn't kill him. Didn't hit him
Didn't
once.
hit him.
So he wanted to
The
know who was the
president
man.
couldn't be shot.
They call him the Ghost or something like he couldn't. I forget the nickname. I would have to go reread the story. It's an excellent story in Alabama Heritage, because some Alabama Indian tribe leaders went up there to the same little powwow, but they wanted to meet the guy that they couldn't kill.
That's amazing.
And,
isn't it?
and it's
And,
got
you
to
know,
be
the Native
divine.
Americans
It's got
did
to be divine, 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 divine,
So they
Yes,
considered him a
exactly.
great warrior. Even
They
though he was
did.
against them, they still revered people that were great warriors, whether they were on your side or not.
But I
So-
thought what was interesting also in that article was the illustrations that were drawn of a lot of these Indian leaders that came in and their attire they were wearing. Some of them were full out Native American, and then some of them had kind of mixed in a little, I guess I'll call it
English
look, right?
Yeah, Western European
the Western.
look, yeah.
There you go. But it was, I thought, huge, and then to see this movie and spend 2 hours in it, it was fantastic. I highly recommend it.
Oh, I wanna go
Hope
see
you'll
it.
go see it. I hope you folks out there will go see it too, because it's a great movie. Let us know if you've seen it, and we'd love to talk more about it.
That's great. I love movies like that are based on reality, and you learn from it. It's exciting. It's a good insight into history.
Also, Bill, I
it's
was
done
listening
correctly.
to some guys talk on another talk show, and they were lamenting, if you will, I guess is what I would call it, about the lack of historical movies that are made, and how basically what Hollywood did was basically go to World War II, and that's basically that's what we got fed forever. And you think about the 1970s, World War II movies one right after another. Battle of the Bulge,
Patton,
yeah, exactly. Oh, they're great movies.
Tora.
Yeah, keep going. You know 'em.
It's all.
Meanwhile, there's me over here. I'm like, yeah, Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. But it's like, hey, they are looking into. They see how popular this movie's going to be. They
Well,
want
we
to talk
did
about
have
making some
a
more.
couple of Vietnam movies, and then
Platoon.
and
That was one of the big ones.
But the thing is, they've not done really much of anything. They did some offshoots like Sniper and a few things they created for the Gulf Wars and stuff. But yeah, you're right. And then nobody does the big cinematic displays of historical reference, like a big movie about Teddy Roosevelt or about Lincoln. We did do a few, but you used to see those.
So
in
what
the
about
30s and
Lincoln was a
40s.
zombie movie? We can't count that.
They did one. They did.
They
I
did a
do remember.
zombie
Yeah,
Lincoln
Vampire.
They did do
Oh,
one
a
about
vampire
vampires?
hunter.
They did do Lincoln, but you're right. I forgot about the zombie Lincoln.
Yeah, that was just a little,
Yeah, that I don't count that.
satire,
One. Yeah.
satire, I'd call it.
Now, of course,
But Daniel
historical
Day-Lewis-
reference. Let's face it, you can't do better than Batman because that's so historically correct.
Absolutely, and his sidekick
I'm
Robin.
Batman.
Dun, 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 dun,
I'm
dun.
Batman.
Man, I used to get really upset, Bill, watching that show when I was little.
Which one? The Batman TV?
Oh yeah, Adam West. That's the one. The pow and the zowie.
I loved it.
When they would hit somebody, it would be pow. And
I was
zowie.
old enough that it was campy.
Oh, it was definitely campy.
Yeah.
But I used to get really upset because they would leave. At the end of the show, they would leave Batman and Robin hanging over this boiling cauldron of
Oh,
oil
right,
or
and you
something.
wouldn't know what happened to
And it was
them.
like, what happens to the Cape Duo or whatever they called them? Tune in next week. And I'd be like,
hate
next
cereals.
week, you know what? HELL, I want to know now.
Right.
My
I
hero's
don't
gonna be
like
all right.
cereals. I couldn't stand them.
Who is the best Batman? I've decided to start a war here in this room today.
I
It's
don't know,
Christian Bale. It's
All right,
Christian Bale.
It's who? Christian?
Christian Bale.
I like Christian Bale.
I agree.
I like him.
I did not
Yeah.
see this coming.
Yeah, no.
Well, I certainly don't
think
like
he
the
was
guy
good.
from the vampire thing.
Robert Pattinson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did
I
that
do
come
want to
from?
see that new Odyssey movie.
And who
Oh,
was-
Michael Keaton was actually
Michael
pretty
Keaton wasn't
good
bad.
early on.
He surprised me because he
I
had
know.
just come out of Beetlejuice or something.
Mr.
stupid.
Mom or something, one of those
And then
silly.
I thought, who picks him to be Bat? But he was pretty good.
He did do pretty good. Mm-hmm.
He wasn't
Yep.
as intense as Christian Bale.
Yeah.
And Christian Bale was so
There was-
intense.
Oh,
Didn't Ben Affleck
yes,
also do
he-
it?
Yeah.
I think we should deem him the worst Batman.
Who?
Well, you can't.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting here trying to think of who was between Christian and.
This
It was
is like
him.
when you get into, of course, it's more my age, but when you start talking about
I know
who
what you're
played
going
the
to
best
say.
James
I
Bond.
know. I was just about to say the best
Yeah.
James Bond.
Yeah,
Of course,
that
your
was-
answer is
Well, I think it was the original guy. What was his
Sean
name?
Connery?
Sean Connery.
yeah. I figured that's what you would say.
Yeah, Sean Connery. And I liked the last one, the British guy. What?
Daniel Craig.
Yeah, Daniel Craig. I did not.
I
love,
agree.
The suave one. Who was the pretty boy that did it?
Roger Moore.
Yeah, he was okay.
He
but
was
he was a
campy,
little too
if you
campy.
ask me.
Yeah, he was. He
You
was
talked to
too,
the
He
campy-
tried too hard to be funny. or they
Yeah.
wrote him in to be too funny. You don't know what we're talking about, do you?
I've never seen James Bond. I'm sorry, y'all.
You never seen
Yeah,
a
I
James
was gonna
Bond
say,
movie?
Heather is too young
There's
to know
probably
about.
what, Bill? I bet there's 25 of them now or
Oh
more.
God, yeah. Because
Yeah.
I mean, Sean Connery did about 6 or 7.
At least.
Who has this much time to watch these?
Well, this is over 30 years
Okay,
now. This
okay.
is
Oh, no.
my first
60 years.
60. You're right.
Yeah.
I saw the first James Bond in like 1962.
Yeah, there you
By
go.
the way, do you know who played the first James Bond?
I don't.
The Pink Panther guy. What was his name?
Peter Sellers?
Yeah.
He was?
I think so.
Wow. I
think
never heard
so.
that.
Yeah.
That just goes further into because my first it was Martin. He's from Cheaper by the Dozen.
Steve Martin?
Steve Martin.
For what? And what?
He was the Pink Panther too, but
Oh,
like
that's
the
right.
live action one.
Oh my God, that's so much later than.
She's talking about the remake.
Yeah.
Oh my
You know,
God.
he
yes.
did that.
Heather,
So-
you're so young.
Hey, I want to go back to something Brian just sent us in. I thought it was hilarious. What did he do with
I
it?
don't. My comments are disappearing.
I was just gonna say I
They're-
lost his comment, but he said when we were talking about Batman, he said something about come back next week to the same bat time on the same bat channel on the same bat
Yep.
day or something. You know,
So
it was
they'd
all.
always say, "Tune in again next week."
Oh, my brother
same
would.
bat time,
My
same
brother
bat
was
channel.
he was merciless when I was like, because it was coming on, I was like 5 or 6, and man, I was like, I didn't understand about advertising and try to get you back next week. I was like, well, you can't leave all week. I'll be thinking about those guys hanging over that cauldron, you know. But he would just make fun of me. That's why I don't like him to this day. Yeah. Hey, it's 6:59, Bill. We're getting the signal here.
The bat signal.
The bat signal. That's right. Very good, Heather.
I'm teachable.
It's 6:59 here on Monday, July the 13th on the Morning Mayhem. We're broadcasting live from the Clanton Tractor Studio. We'll be right back after these words.
Looking for the perfect way to unwind, compete, and have fun with friends or family? Then Putter Up Pelham is your next destination. Whether you're a mini golf pro or just out for a good time, Putter Up offers a one-of-a-kind indoor putting experience with custom effects lighting, sounds, and robotics at each hole, plus automated scoring and a virtual caddy to guide your game. And our ADA-compliant courses include special putters for individuals using wheelchairs or walkers, so everyone can join the fun from ages 4 to 100. Rain or shine, day or night, it's always game time at Putter Up. Come for the fun, stay for the challenge. Swing by Putter Up, where every stroke counts. Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Good morning. It is 7:02, 2 minutes after 7 o'clock. We're glad you're with us on this Monday morning. Going to be another really hot, humid day. Chance of afternoon thunder showers, of course. Our standard summer forecast, but just
That's
be
right.
safe out there because Saturday, my friend Croc came over to my house and he worked on his truck. I have a lift, so he came over and used my little lifts to get his truck up, and he had to put on some running boards. I thought he'd killed himself. I stayed inside some of the time, but he got out there. He's working on asphalt or cement in the heat under that. I thought he had a heat stroke. I was taking him. He was coming in some and getting water, but he literally left Saturday after heading back home. I thought, he was pale. He had all the symptoms.
He was steamed like a little crab claw.
Like a crab claw. Like a crab claw, he was steamed. And the poor guy was dizzy and nauseated. He had all the signs, symptoms of
heat stroke,
exhaustion.
Yeah, exhaustion.
Yeah, and so he went home and went to bed. I think his wife said when got home, he had to go to bed.
Some cool rags and put on the
well,
rest
that's why I
of the
tried to
feet.
get him. He's a big old guy, and he works in quarries and he runs these plants. He's a big old. He talks like this, He's Australian and British, and so thank you. So he's a tough guy. And I said, Croc, man, you look pale. He said, I don't feel too good. I'm kind of dizzy and blah, blah. I'm going home. I said, okay, well, good job. You look good. And I said, do you want a cold rag or something around your neck? Get your core temperature down. I'm fine. Of course, he went home and went to bed. But anyway, be careful after this heat. Like I said, I was shocked to know that 500,000 people die every single year from heat. And I didn't know this.
Wow.
It's the number one killer in America. One thing other than I think it even beats car wrecks and stuff. I think it's just I never thought about heat killing people until I got my age, and now I can understand it because when I was young I didn't feel the heat. Now I feel the heat.
And it's almost more dangerous to not feel the heat because your body's still overheating.
Right.
And most.
And if you they say
back in the day when I worked in 911 and emergency management stuff like that.
You did that?
Oh yeah, for like 10 years.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That's what I did before
Heather.
But most of what we would see, it would be.
911. This is Heather. Sorry.
No, they wouldn't let me answer the phone.
I'll get
I was
off that
mean.
bandwagon.
So did you see a lot of heat-related injuries and deaths?
Especially in the summer.
Did anybody any deaths?
Here and there.
I imagine it would
really?
happen.
Here and there,
Yeah.
yeah.
See, that's amazing to me because I know it's miserable, and I keep being told how dangerous it is, and I always think of the people that are at the most risk are guys roofing houses and working out. But now a lot of people are pretty good about making them take breaks and put them in the shade and give them plenty of hydration. And you got that stuff now you can put in water that
Liquid
gives you more,
IV and stuff.
gives you more of the electrolytes.
And you do
stuff
have
back.
those towels
The
that
frog
now
towels.
And they make them wear the hats
that keep
and
them
stuff.
cooler. Mm-hmm.
But
They actually
I
keep
forget
people
there's
cooler.
just older folks and people who don't have air conditioning or poor people that can't get out of the heat and they just die. And you just don't, it's one of those things you don't think about unless you think about it.
Yeah.
Well,
Once your core hits a certain, temperature, you don't get it back down. You
They said you actually stop sweating and then the heat goes through the
It's-
roof.
literally hypothermia, but the opposite. It works kind of I think the same way.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
yesterday I had about 2 hours of work on my outdoor cutting grass for my mother-in-law, and there's a part of her. It's kind of her yard is kind of, we call it the bog. It's just near the creek, and it stays wet.
Yeah.
So you can't really get your
Mosquitoes.
tractor in there because if you do,
You get bogged up.
you can get bogged up, but you can also mar it up.
Oh, yeah,
Makes your
you
yard look terrible.
tear it up,
The
yeah.
ruts. So I cut that with my push mower. Well, that took about an hour, but I wait till 4 o'clock till everything's in the shade.
Yeah,
you
but
know.
it doesn't matter. By that time, the air temperature is 110.
Oh, it's 95, or 93, whatever it was. But that hour is, I don't know, it's therapeutic to get it's like a tremendous workout, when you're walking.
Well, it does seem to you feel like when you sweat that much, it's cleansing.
But just an hour.
As long as you're not dead.
Just an
as long
hour.
as you're not
I'm not on a
starting to-
roof in the sun. I'm in the shade walking behind a self-propelled, push more. It is a little bit uphill, but and then after that I get the reward of getting on the tractor and finishing. And boy, it's such a difference, Heather. There's hardly no sweat.
You
All
got
of a
the
sudden you
wind.
realize that's why you like to wait to the end of the day to cut if you got a tractor.
See, I think if you're smart, you do it before 10 in the morning.
The grass is so wet, though.
I don't
Yeah.
You know, I don't care. I want out there before it gets so hot. Oh,
Well,
I
hey,
just
we-
refuse to go outside right now.
We better thank a couple of our sponsors, a couple more of them. Let's go with This and That Vinyl. We want to thank those folks.
Thank
for
you.
being
They
a
do all our
sponsor.
shirts and
They
stuff?
do,
Yes.
exactly. Which I got. I
and they do
finally,
a great job.
I think I'm finally part of the team, Bill. I finally got my first Piper Peach T-shirt.
Really.
Well,
Well,
he's already
I
given
did.
me like 3, and I've been
I
here
know,
like a
exactly.
week.
I don't know what
Well,
happened.
because you're cute.
I guess
Obviously.
I got.
I mean, you know, I hadn't gotten but one either.
Well, when
got
I asked him the
Piper
first time
Peach.
about it, his comment was something akin to, "You get nothing and like it," and so
Right.
you know, I don't
Just
know what
for
else
all
to
you
say.
guys, Piper was here one day, and me and her just like scavenged through the boxes.
But we also want to thank Workout Anytime, which literally means work out
Anytime.
So all you gotta do is just show up and do the work, put the work in. But yeah, it's relief after walking for an hour. And of course, I don't know. I just look at it as like
Do you have
tremendous
one of the
exercise.
enclosed tractors, or is it just the wind?
Oh no, and there's no wind, but there was a little, but not much. But the good news was is that as I was finishing with the mower, it clouded up and started to drizzle.
Cool you
And
down a little bit.
Cool down, and then of course I saved the weed eating for the last part, which of course you can do in the rain. And it wasn't like pouring, but it
I
did.
hate weed eating.
We need
But,
to eat
but
it.
my
hurts my
sweaty
back.
shirt, which was completely drenched, I was completely drenched, went to completely soaked, with the rain. So it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
These are y'all problems. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not cutting the grass.
See, I don't
Exactly.
either. I'm beyond it now. I used to could trade out. I'd get some kid in the neighborhood to do my grass for me, and I'd give him CDs and well, in the old days I'd give him 45s and albums. Then when times changed,
Oh, man,
and
cool.
we switched to CDs, I'd give them tons. I'd load them down with CDs. You know, they got so many CDs for mowing, and if they went through and did a little edging and some extra, man, I'd load them up with
Give 'em a-
T-shirts and other goodies. You know, when I had all that stuff from the radio stations. Now I'm retired. I got to use money, but it's worth it for me because by golly, we got a guy named Bones, and he does our yard for us, Mary and I. And I don't care if Bones charged me $10,000 an hour. It's worth it. I looked out the other day. It was 130 degrees out there. It was sunny. It was miserably hot, incredibly humid. And he's out there with the turn mower, just flying around, doing a beautiful job. And I'm like inside in the air conditioning with my lemonade going.
You know, mint julep.
I don't care what he's charging me. It's worth it. And it was. I've gotten to, you know, I have never owned a riding lawnmower. I've always had either a push mower or a self-propelled push mower.
Yeah. Still a
And,
push mower.
You know, then my legs went bad, so I could still kind of mow the grass, but it just started becoming scary. I fell a lot, and you know, falling while you're pushing a running lawnmower.
Yeah.
Of course, you got the thing when you let go, it cuts
Supposed
off.
to,
but-
supposed to.
Yeah, it does, but still. So now I've hit the age where I don't. It's worth it. I don't. If I have to rob a bank, I'm gonna rob it, or my yard's gonna look like crap. But I'm not gonna get out there and do it.
One or the other, huh?
I'm done with the yard work.
I have with coming here more often than I did, or you know, last year I wasn't here in the summer, so a lot of my time. I mean, I'm not in the mood to do a whole lot of yard work when I get home after
Yeah.
being on the show. Just don't
Yeah,
do it.
it's just too-
So I
yeah.
got a guy that's
Well, it's
cutting our
already hot by
grass.
then.
And he's doing a really good job, and it is very nice to know that he's coming. I just got to have the money to pay him. You know.
Yes, sir. That's it.
But
Who does your yard, Heather?
Shane,
And does he do a good job?
he does a job. I don't care how it is.
yards
Yeah. In other
by
words, just
Shane.
Your husband Shane
Yes.
is going to be your yard man.
Yes.
And you don't care the quality as long as you don't have to do it. I like your attitude. I wish my wife used to criticize my mowing.
Well, we just moved to, and the people before us, you know, didn't. There's
Didn't
a lot
keep the
of
yard.
leaves everywhere, so all of our grass died. So right now he's just kind of mixing our dirt around, but the grass is slowly starting to come
There
in.
you go.
If you can afford it, get you zoysia. It'll grow. It'll
try that.
grow in just about anything, anywhere, almost any condition.
I'm
Was it
waiting
always
on
your-
the Thorsby dump to open it back up.
I mean, it's
There's
like
so
triple
much trash out
expense,
in the yard
but-
we've got to throw away.
You
Yeah.
did what now?
The dump here in town. Do we
Yeah.
know when is it back open? Is it opening back up? I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something you would know.
Yes, I thought it was open.
They posted on Facebook that it was closed until further notice. And I just hadn't
Oh,
heard
we
anything.
talking about the Thorsby?
Yeah.
Okay. What do
So
they call
what-
that? The
What do you
some
do
sort
at
of-
the
Wait, is there
Thorsby
another
dump?
one? Down
well,
here?
no.
Oh.
no.
So do you go to the Thorsby dump?
It's just closer than the one in Shelby.
Oh, so what do you take to the dump?
There was just a bunch of trash left in a field, and we gotta. It needs
Oh,
to
with
go.
the property you bought.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's horrible.
It's like a trailer full, and there's a whole nother
Do
trailer
they
full.
charge you
beside
to put stuff in the dump? I go to the Shelby County landfill a lot, and they used to charge $7 for a pickup truck load. Then it went to $9. Then it went to $11. Now it's $17 every time I go to the.
It could be 130. I don't care. Get
Yeah,
the
me
trash
too.
out of my yard.
Yeah, I'm with you. I've got a load. As a matter of fact, I may take it today.
It sounds a little obsessive there, Heather.
No, I'm gonna have to show you. It's bad.
Is
It's
it
bad. It's like
really?
furniture and like trash.
Worse than I
Really?
imagine.
Yes.
Were
like,
those people nasty or something?
I'm not gonna say bad things about people on here.
Hey, we need to say good morning to some of our listeners and folks watching. Brian is watching. Mike Baker, good morning to you.
Hey, Mike.
Wanda is watching and says good,
Good
morning to
morning,
all of
Wanda.
us.
Wanda.
Taylor.
No, not Taylor. Taylor's blocked.
Taylor is you're not blocked on mine, whatever that means.
Is that our Taylor?
That's our
Yes.
Taylor. Yep, she's on. I don't know if she's on the road yet or not, but she said good
Taylor,
morning.
why are
Be
you
there.
watching us? Aren't you doing a
I
TikTok?
thought they left Friday.
Well,
I mean,
I don't
Taylor
know.
can't be watching us. She's got to be doing a TikTok with somebody.
Well, she did let me know that she
She's-
expected us that there'll be no slacking off of the
Go,
TikToks.
is she going to Disney World? Is that
So,
where she's going? Disney.
Bill-
Well, good. Go to Disney World and do your TikToks there. Don't worry about our TikToks here. We're fine.
Bill,
We'll-
now your
we're
mission,
fine.
should you decide to accept it, is to direct the next TikTok.
No.
Well, wait a minute. Should you decide to accept it, it's just meant as a courtesy, a cursory type.
No.
You're not supposed to say no
No.
to your
No.
station.
Listen, the president of the United States one time talked about drugs and said, "Just say no."
Just say no.
You know what TikTok? No.
Just say no.
I don't understand it. I
And there
don't.
is an addiction to it too.
I think there may be because I haven't got it and I don't understand it. Every time I look at them, I go, "What am I watching?" And some of them are just weird and silly.
I'm just sick of all the ad ones. Like there's some that are just ads and paid ads.
Are they good? Are they?
Well, it's like people trying to sell products for
Yes,
companies.
I've wondered about that because you see some regular Joe talking about a juice squeezer, and then
Yeah.
if you this thing you can
Now I
squeeze
do
a-
want one of those,
and
but like the old school metal.
the old
ones.
school kind, that big cast iron one. By the way, I kind of wanted one. I've always kind of because I do a lot of limeade and lemonade and orange stuff, and the thing is, I thought I've always kind of wanted one of those. So I looked, and they're $199, right?
Yeah.
On sale, they'll sell it to you. They said
I
it's
can
normally
squish
three.
it for free.
Listen, I went on Amazon and looked. You can buy them all day long for $49.95, and these people are telling you that you can get this wonderful cast in 5 different any color you want, which doesn't matter at all anyway.
I would like to get the blue one.
Yeah, well, you can. You know what? For $200, you can have
I
one,
can get one too.
or you can go and get just a black one for $49.99. So
I don't
if you
I don't care what
The
color
model,
it is. Just
the
make
Model
my
A,
juice.
Right.
Model T was the Model A or the Model T first.
I think the Model A was T was first, then the
Okay.
Model A.
All right.
Any color
That's
you
not
want,
how
as
the
long as it's
alphabet
black.
As
works.
long as it was black.
Yeah,
That's
you can have
right.
any color you want, as
That's
long
what
as
they
it's black.
made the assembly line. All right, it's 7:17. Heather, you've pushed us
Heather.
past the break.
I'm
Heather.
sorry.
We're learning it right now.
No, that's good.
But hey, we'll be right back after these words. You're watching the Morning Mayhem with Dollar Bill, Heather, and Mike
Heather.
right here on Piper Peach Radio. We'll be right back.
You started to say.
There's a pride that comes from employing over 6,000 people in America. Welding, fabricating, assembling with local and global parts. Delivering a machine just right for you. Japanese engineering meets American ingenuity that builds on our 50-year legacy of quality, reliability, and durability that makes us the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. These aren't just machines. This is a way of life, and that's why Kubota is investing hundreds of millions right here at home. Because we won't settle on what was good enough yesterday. We're innovating with inspiration from the hard-working men and women that proudly sit on our equipment every day. So you can be sure that every one of us have you in mind when a machine or implement comes down that line. We know how hard you work. We'll do the same. This is Kubota.
Good morning. We are back, and so thankful to have you watching and listening this morning on this Monday. It is 7:22 after 7. It's going to be hot today, so be careful. I can't believe we're already almost halfway through July. I don't know about y'all, but time's flying for me.
Yeah.
Is it flying for you too?
Yes, and I'm good with it. I'm ready for fall and football season. I don't want to sweat anymore.
You don't sweat, Heather.
I do.
No, you don't sweat. You glisten.
No, I
Women
sweat.
glisten. That's right. Oh, okay.
I
No,
sweat
it's bad.
yesterday, though.
Yeah, Women, I've always been told, men sweat, women glisten.
No.
But
It's
me
hot.
too. And you know what? I'm already sick of summer, tired of it. I'm also starting to see those power bills pretty high from my air conditioning because I'm running that AC like a crazy man.
Once again, this is Shane's problem.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know these problems.
Yeah, Mary says it's mine too. Although a lot of it's my fault because here's the deal. Again, this is something you guys may figure out when you get older. As we've gotten older, my wife and Mary and I, her tolerance for heat has gone way up. She's now freezing to death now in the summer in the evening when it's only 81 degrees outside. It's gotten down to 80. And I'm going outside going, I still can't sit on the porch. It's too dang hot.
Yeah.
And she's out there with a blanket. So this weird thing about some people when they get old, and we're getting old. But my dad was that way. My dad kept the house, you could hang meat in it when
How's
we were
her
young.
iron levels?
I think they're fine. I mean, she gets her blood work and stuff. She's not anemic. She's just, I don't know.
Just cold.
We've always fought over. We never fought over politics. We never fought over money, really. We never fought over much of anything. The only time we had conflict was over the thermostat, because I like things cool and cold. She likes things warm and hot.
So you guys never thought about the dishwasher, loading the dishwasher?
It's my job. She can't touch it.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, I load the dishwasher.
Because that's a pretty serious
She
thing
doesn't
in
know
our
how to
house.
work it. We bought a new Bosch fancy one, and it's got all kind of buttons to hit
Yes.
to get different
We have one like
cycles
that.
and stuff. Yeah, so she doesn't understand it. So I do all, which is fine because I'm very persnickety about loading the dishwasher. It's got to be
I
done.
see
a
what you're
certain-
doing,
There
Miss
is a-
Mary.
There is
I see
a
what you're
correct,
doing.
I
there
know.
is a correct
I
way
don't
to do
think
it.
it's lost on me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, I've never been able to figure out ever how to work a vacuum cleaner.
Well,
I don't know how they work. I don't know how you push them or do you pull them? How do you turn them on? How do you make the little thing drop down to do the, I don't know whether they have so I don't know how to work a vacuum.
well, before we
I'm
leave the
sure.
dishwasher, though, but the correct way to do it, of course, is to start at the back and
And
load
work your
towards
way
the front.
You start, see it.
Right, Bill?
Yes, sir. And and the plates face inward to the center.
Of course they do,
And-
absolutely.
And then you got your top tray where you have to put things in a certain order,
And you
they got to
load
face
your
down.
silverware from the back.
See, my
Silverware from the
dishwasher
back
drives
forward.
me insane because all of my plates have to face the same way because you know how some it'll.
Well, they say
meet
they're
in the
supposed
middle,
to face in the center.
and they're supposed to, but mine it only goes that way.
One way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think
drives
mine
me
does
bananas.
too, but I do it anyway. I force
Force
them.
it
I think
in.
I bent some of those little, the little metal, rubberized metal things.
Yeah, the
that stick up.
prongs.
See,
I
I
think
have to start
bent
on
them.
do you start on the top rack or the bottom rack?
Well, the top rack is for glasses,
Cups and
right?
glasses
And then the bottom
and
rack
little
is for the
things.
Plates
plates.
and
And those
Yeah.
pots.
well,
I never put a pot. There's no
See,
pot that goes
I do
in
the
our
stainless
dishwasher.
steel pots, but of course nothing cast iron or like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And glass, Pyrex, and that I'll put in there.
We,
But I do my stainless
only if
steel in
it's-
there.
And of course, your plates have to be pre-rinsed, correct?
I do. I
Yeah.
literally wash almost everything before I put it in.
No, it,
I really
the
do.
dishwasher
be like-
I actually
is the
have-
dishwasher.
More like a
I'm not
sanitization.
the
Well, they
dishwasher.
say you're not supposed to have to do that, but I've got this weird thing where, like, especially a
Like
pan.
I'm gonna make sure all the food and stuff is.
No,
off
no. I
of
mean,
it.
I literally have taken Comet, or and just scrubbed the heck out of a
If there's something stuck
pan.
on, I'll do that. But
No, I do it on.
and then put it
No.
in
My
there.
plates look pretty clean
you
when I
are
stick
the
them in.
dishwasher.
I know.
You're just
To me, I
wasting
think
water.
the dishwasher itself
You're
is
using it
my
to
finisher.
sterilize.
I think, I wash the dishes, and the dishwasher sanitizes.
Man, you're getting played so bad by your wife.
Oh yeah.
She has got you. She's laughing about it right
Yeah,
now.
she is. Yeah, and that's fine.
No,
But you know
Miss
what?
Mary,
Like I
you do
said,
you.
I can't work a vacuum cleaner. Don't know how.
Hey.
Can't make a bed anymore. Now I went to military school and was made to make a bed as tight as a drum head.
Good old Marion.
Gee, I've forgotten how to do that.
Yeah, I bet
To
you
me,
could
you
do
can
it.
leave the same sheets and
There were
not even make the
demerits.
bed for months.
If you're getting demerits or having to
I get-
run laps
that's
or
right.
something.
Well, you have to work out what they call PT, penalty tours.
There you go,
Around the
PTs.
bullpen. I did penalty tours for years.
Yeah, I remember some of your stories.
Oh,
Hey, a couple of our sponsors we did mention: Farmers Furniture, downtown Clanton, and Wood Surfside Marina. They're in Cropwell, just outside of Pell City.
yep.
Go by and see them.
They
What a
take
great
care of
selection
3 lakes
both furniture
worth of
and
boats.
boats they have. Yep, exactly. But anyway, well, look, it's 7:28, and we have no director in here. Well, there he is. He's hearing us. He's usually waving, frantically at us
Saying,
now.
"Take a
It's
break,
break
take
time,
a
break
break."
time, break time. But he's not doing it now, so we won't go to break.
No break for us.
So Heather, what you got there? A car and bike show?
So I've got the Collins Chapel Baptist Church Car and Bike Show. It's going to be this Saturday, so that's July 18th from 2 to 8. They're going to have free admission, fun. They're going to have food trucks. Now, I'm not sure if they're still taking registration. They probably, I would guess they are. I don't think they're going to turn anybody away. $15 a vehicle or a bike, and the judging's going to start at $4. They're going to have event prizes with $5 donations, so kind of like a raffle, I assume, or
Yeah.
door prizes.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I was saying.
Now,
door
where is
prizes.
this going to be?
This is going to be searching high and low for the address. It's 14366, and that's County Road 29 in Jemison.
Yeah.
County Road 29 in Jemison. What's the
Yes.
name of the church?
It is Collins Chapel Baptist Church.
Collins Chapel Baptist
Bill,
Church.
y'all ever go to the Pedals from Past? That,
Yeah, I love Pedals from
there's
the
about
Past.
2 miles south of that.
South, coming back toward Clanton.
Coming back
So,
towards Clanton, correct?
y'all-
31.
I'm
Oh,
embarrassed
29.
by it.
I mean,
actually.
29.
29, right. It's a county road, not a U.S. highway.
So I live on County Road 29. I didn't realize it ran through the whole county because my brain doesn't function. So Miss Suzanne invited us to church to come visit them at church,
At that church?
at this church.
Oh.
And it was, when we have, what we see is CCBC. Well, just down the road from us is CCBC. I went to the wrong church.
Oh, you
There's
did?
two
Man,
CCBCs?
There's two CCBCs.
What do they stand for?
The other one-
Collins Chapel
College
Baptist
Chapel,
Church is CC.
and the other one is like Cedar Creek Baptist.
Oh my God, CCB.
And Miss Suzanne was looking for me as hard as she could. I was looking for her. I was like, I guess she's sick this week, and she's sitting there thinking, oh goodness, I guess she didn't want to come after all.
I bet you met some nice folks, though, didn't you?
I did, and then I ran into Suzanne at Peach Jam, and I was like, or something happened. I saw the Collins Chapel. I was like, Collins Chapel, and she had come in to talk to me, and we were just staring at each other. I was like, Collins Chapel, and she's like, yeah. I was like, I went to the wrong church.
I went to Cedar Creek.
I went
How
to the
about
wrong.
that?
There's just two CCBCs on County Road 29.
That
Y'all make
seems-
sure y'all go to the one in Jemison for
Well,
the
they
car
giving
show.
out any prizes at this show?
They are. I don't have a list of what those prizes will be. I will reach out to
What
her.
does that say there? Car,
Oh,
truck?
for the so
Yeah,
they're
for
gonna
the-
have
yeah.
first, second, third place
For the cars.
for the cars and trucks, and then a first, second, third in bikes.
Huh, that's
So,
neat.
got car and bike show coming up. We've been talking
And that's
about
this
that for about a
Saturday,
month
right?
now.
This Saturday.
That is this
They do.
Saturday, 2 to 8. 2 to 8.
That'd be fun.
There.
Good, it's 2 to 8. That means that
Well,
by the late in the day, it might not be so hot.
and all of the
No, that's
proceeds go
right.
to their youth department. They're trying to grow it, get it up and running to be stronger.
I think that's a 55 on there, isn't it, Bill? Or is that a 56?
55. I don't know. I can't tell
55
that.
or 56?
That's a
Chevrolet.
Yeah, it looks like it's 56.
Yep.
Is that and that's Collins Chapel, right?
Yep,
In Jemison.
that's correct.
That'll be fun. Go
So
to
I
that.
just got a message that they are actually here. I'm gonna slide out and swap places with somebody. Give me 1 second.
All right, excellent. All right.
Just slide over.
Well,
Why?
Just kidding. We're sliding over.
we'll go to break.
There we
Okay.
go.
Let's go to break. It's 7:32, Bill.
Why are we moving around?
July the 13th.
Running away.
Are we doing a TikTok?
No.
Oh, okay.
Musical
No.
chairs.
No,
Thank
we've got some folks here. We're gonna
Oh, we're gonna talk to
them
somebody?
here in just a minute. Mhm.
A guest. Did they bring
Our
food?
guests.
Oh, guess.
If they didn't bring food, we don't let them in here.
I'm sorry, we can't bring
If you
you on
don't bring
there.
a donut, you're not getting on.
That's a minimum.
The
Right?
minimum.
Now
Right.
we have an entry fee.
I prefer the baker's dozen. You know, the 13
Oh, yeah.
donuts. Yes.
That
Gonna
doesn't fit
get on our
nicely in the
show.
box.
I know.
You know, if you want to be on the air, you got to bring food.
I mean, it's just simple.
You got to feed the animals at the zoo. It is
Lord have
7:33,
mercy.
27 away from 8 o'clock, and we'll take a break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Looking for the perfect way to unwind, compete, and have fun with friends or family? Then Putter Up Pelham is your next destination. Whether you're a mini golf pro or just out for a good time, Putter Up offers a one-of-a-kind indoor putting experience with custom effects lighting, sounds, and robotics at each hole, plus automated scoring and a virtual caddy to guide your game. And our ADA-compliant courses include special putters for individuals using wheelchairs or walkers, so everyone can join the fun from ages 4 to 100. Rain or shine, day or night, it's always game time at Putter Up. Come for the fun, stay for the challenge. Swing by Putter Up, where every stroke counts. Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
There's a pride that comes from employing over 6,000 people in America. Welding, fabricating, assembling with local and global parts. Delivering a machine just right for you. Japanese engineering meets American ingenuity that builds on our 50-year legacy of quality, reliability, and durability that makes us the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. These aren't just machines. This is a way of life. And that's why Kubota is investing hundreds of millions right here at home. Because we won't settle on what was good enough yesterday. We're innovating with inspiration from the hard-working men and women that proudly sit on our equipment every day. So you can be sure that every one of us have you in mind when a machine or implement comes down that line. We know how hard you work. We'll do the same. This is Kubota.
All right. We're back here on Piper Beach Radio, the Morning Mayhem. We are joined with a couple of guests here today, BJ and Suzanne Giles with the College Chapel Baptist Church, talking about your car show we were just talking about before the break. Yep. Y'all doing all right today?
We're good. How about you?
Good. We're great. Glad to have you guys. So this car show we've been talking about on the air now, Suzanne, for I know a month, and letting people know because we love to get this out. We want it to be a big success. So tell us, give us an update on it.
Well, we're excited about it. We started youth director for College Chapel in February, and we're trying to help them build their account up because the funds in there is not where we can go and do stuff with them. So we, him and some of the men at church decided, hey, let's do a car show. So we're excited about it. We hope we have a good turnout.
Well, I know all over the county these car shows are held, and they're very successful. I always hear 15, 20, 30 cars showing up, and a few bikes, and I mean it's you got entry fee. I think you got what is it, BJ? Is it $15 a vehicle?
$15 entry fee. Yes.
Okay, and then they can pre-register. How do they pre-register?
By contacting me or my wife at 205-294-4751 or 205-294-5035.
Yep, we've been giving that out too. Or really, what you expect is you may contact a lot of people going to drive up and register on that day.
We'll have a
Most
registration
Yeah.
table.
Yes, we're everything will be blocked off. We're going to start getting set up this Friday. We'll have cool down station. We're going to have tents and things, and like I said, Cowart's barbecue's going to be there with his food trucks.
Yeah, they fed us at the Jemison 4th of July celebration.
They fed
It was
us
really
there
good.
too.
Oh, y'all were there?
We were.
Okay, good.
But
Well, tell us what the main purpose or the main goal is of your show. Obviously, you're raising funds for
yes,
something in particular, and you mentioned Suzanne about the youth and the lack of funds. So we're listening.
Next, we were hoping to go to Tennessee this year, at the end of this year, to the Scott Dawson concert, but our youth is more towards the beach next year, towards the conference down there. So that's what we're really shooting for. We just had a youth event, our first summer bash that we had, and it was a huge success. We ended up having 50 the first night, 37 and 30 the third night, and
Wonderful.
so, and we've partnered with Chestnut Creek and a bunch of them, and they came out. So, like I said, we hadn't had a youth director in 8 years, so it's a growing. And I mean, we started out with just us and our son in the classroom.
There you go.
For the first week or so. So it's coming up together.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm glad, and I think you're going to be also giving away some event prizes.
We are.
And it says on here random. So they make a donation. How does that work
You
exactly?
pay $5 for a ticket, and there is some amazing door prizes. We have anywhere from a backpack Yeti cooler to Yeti cups to gift certificates to be able to go out to eat at local restaurants. So we've had a lot of people, lots of hats. There's gonna be lots of hats we can.
Oh yeah, that's always good. I have a few dozen hats, maybe something like that. Enough to where my wife's like, "You got to do something about that."
Well, and between him,
They're stacked up, BJ, and they're starting to lean. They're getting so
Being,
literally top heavy.
We've got a pretty good bit at our house also.
Well, that's good. That's good that you got that going on. And what about the other prizes? I mean, what about the participants? Are they eligible for any type of prizes?
We have 4 different trophies. We have best of show, first, second, and third place prizes, and that's all trophies, and we're letting it be viewer's choice. So anybody there that's a spectator, they get to get a card, go around and look at all the vehicles and decide which one you like best and turn your vote in.
So they're going to vote.
They are.
That is a great idea. I've never heard of that.
Now that's 4 trophies for cars and trucks combined, and then 4 trophies for the bikes.
Yep.
Right.
So there'll be 8 in
right.
all.
So you've got the best of show, and then best of show, and then first, second, and third
In both,
places,
yes.
right?
Right.
In both.
Correct.
So that's exciting too. And that's coming up this Saturday.
It is.
Yes, sir.
And it's at the church.
It is.
I guess you've got a nice big parking lot out there that you're going to set all this up.
We do. We're gonna start in the parking lot, and we hope
We
it
have to
overflows to
overflows
the
to the grass.
back in the grass back there. So
Well, good. I know you got a few volunteers lined up.
We do. We talked about that yesterday. We did.
We had a small meeting after church yesterday for that.
I know these kind of events can't take place without that.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So, tell me about how you, if you don't mind, going to how you got into the ministry.
Well, we're kind of new at all of it. The ministry, especially. We just we were both raised in church, but got away from it, and I got away from it for a long time, 22 years, and I just got into all kind of stuff that I shouldn't have been in, and the good Lord brought me back at age 36, and we came in off the road from welding and chasing a dollar to hit rock bottom right afterwards, and started at Randolph over there and went to as soon as we went to church, we knew we wanted to do mission work and we wanted to do something with the kids, and it took several years. 2 years before this opportunity right here came up, I had surrendered at the Scott Dawson concert or event to youth ministry, and had thought there for a while. After about a year or so, I was like, well, did I hear the Lord wrong? Is this not what he wants me to do? And then about a year later, it was, hey, we got a phone call. It was, are y'all interested?
It was actually a lady reached out on us on Messenger.
How about that?
So, and it was about a 9-month process, again, us thinking.
So it was kind of like that little pebble starting down the
It
hill.
was.
The first one.
Yeah.
There you
So,
go, brother.
you
That's
know,
great. That's
and it's
fantastic.
amazing what the Lord will do for you when you 100% surrender and follow him.
Well, when you make yourself available.
That's it.
Right,
That's
exactly.
That's it.
So
Be willing. That's it.
that is great. And so that eventually led to this.
It did.
And you said y'all just got there this year, right? Is that
February
right?
the 18th was
Oh,
our
February.
first day.
Okay. All right. So that's what, about not even 6 months yet.
Not
Not even
quite.
5 months yet.
We've been
So,
busy there. Like I said, we've been busy.
Well, I don't know what that would be like to start from scratch, sort of, so to speak, but I think they got some good folks there. They made a good choice with you two to see that through. So,
Yes, one.
looking forward to this car and bike show coming up. So, you said you've got the Cowards lined up,
Right.
and I know he does. He's got a variety of
We
things.
got all three of his trucks lined
Okay,
up.
so he has different. He's got different ones. I was just gonna say, I know they do different things with
Yeah.
different trucks.
This is the information that's most dear to my heart.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be out there. I don't know which of us, but someone.
Okay, great. So we know that Heather's going to be spending a lot of time at Cowards. So if she wants to.
I like to eat.
Yeah.
He's got all three of them. He's bringing his ice cream truck and his dirty soda truck. And
See, I can get some barbecue and a dirty soda
That's
and then
right.
get ice cream for dessert. I'm set.
Yep.
I'm set, y'all.
And you're like, well, somebody else can talk about it.
we're going to have a Dunkin' booth so he can be dunked.
Oh, really?
Depending on how hot it is, I might volunteer.
I'll have to warm the old shoulder up. It's been a while these days. I've thrown a ball.
Yeah.
But I guess I could still do it. You know, it's like riding a bike, maybe.
That's it. That's it.
It'll just hold up. I need 3 pitches, right? Well, that's great. Have you ever done that before? The Dunkin' booth?
I've never been in one, no, sir.
Okay. Now, a friend of mine did it, and he was telling me that the one he was in, the kind he was in, you had to make sure that you were in the right position, because when those things open, you can fall and you can actually catch your arm on them. So be careful not to do that.
Mine put you in it.
You know, so I think what you have to do is just be sure you're like this and not out like that, because he he sliced him up pretty good.
Okay.
But kind of ended his day in the Dunkin' booth early. So you don't want that to happen to you.
No, sir.
I don't know what kind of experts you got on Dunkin' booths over there at Collins Chapel. Y'all got any?
Well, Mr. Greg Marcus is supposed to be a pretty good one, I think. He's gonna find out.
Maybe
We're
he
gonna
could
put
be
him
the
in
one
it.
to get
We're-
inside that thing then.
Well, he's going in it. We've done a
Yeah, I
surety.
told
Oh,
him.
you have?
He asked what can he do to help, and I told him, I said, you can be a participant in
That's
the
right. You
Dunkin'
gotta
booth.
have, and you have some folks you know that
We
folks
even
would
gonna
just
get
love
the-
to see get dumped.
We're gonna get the pastor
Motivate
in
them.
there.
I
Pastor
was gonna
Thomas
say,
is gonna go
we're
in there
going.
too.
We kind of volunteered him to.
There you go. Good. That's great. Well, do we want to keep going or go to a break? What do we want to do, boss? Okay. All right. So we've got the free admission, family fun. What else are you gonna have out there? What are you gonna have for the kids, for example?
Are you gonna have anything for like the little bitties?
Yeah, that's what I mean. The little bitty kids.
Well, we had talked about it this year. Since it's the fundraiser in our first year, we're not gonna have as much.
Okay, I got you.
This year.
All right.
But if it goes well this year, next year it's gonna be a lot different.
Everyone has to show up and show out so we can double this
That's
next
right.
year. That's what I'm hearing.
That's right. We got high expectations for it.
Which Brother Greg Marcus told us he told us about one. He said they started out first year was like 15. Now they have over 400
How about that?
cars. So,
Wow.
you know,
I bet you there's 400 classics in this county, if not
yes,
more.
yes.
You
I
know.
think. I mean, well, yeah. Like I said, we bikes side by sides, whatever. You know, it's the fundraiser.
I know a guy that he got some like late 70s, early 80s cars, and he fixes them up. They're not, you know, $100,000 show cars or nothing like that, but they're the kind that he drives around. You know, he drives them, which is frankly, I don't see why you would have a car and not use it
Right.
and leave it in a garage. But then, I'm not ultra rich and have 50
right.
cars. I can't drive them all right in a year. But he's got a lot, and I've told him, I said, man, you need to just wash a couple of them. I said, you don't have to really do a lot to them, and go show them off because somebody will see them, and
That's right.
depending on what you want to do with it. But he's like, I just like driving them. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But that's his classic cars. But I get all kind of feeds all the time about these cars on Facebook in particular. I guess because I watch one, and the next thing I know, I've got 50.
That's right.
But it is fun to watch all these cars. And I always said I was going to get something made in 1960 when I was born, and just see. And there are some really cool cars. I mean, all the fins and stuff. I would be neat if you had a few cars like that show up.
Well, we almost end up. Speaking of the '60s, I was on the verge of buying a '69 Galaxy the other day, and me and the guy, we couldn't get right on the price. So
What kind of engine did it have in it?
390.
390.
69 convertible with 390.
My parents had a '65 Mercury station wagon, Colony Park. It had the wood grain look like on it, and it had a 390 4-barrel in it. That was the fastest car I've ever driven. It was a station wagon from 1965.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, that would have been a nice ride. I know that the Galaxies, they made a. Is it like a 428 or some giant
Something
engine?
around in there.
And I forget what they called it. It was a
This
special
is just Spanish to
Galaxy.
me. Yeah. We're just like,
Sorry. Well, this. Hey, I want the guys out there going, yeah, man, I know that car. But it has like this massive V8 in it and just super horsepower for that era. But it wasn't that, I guess you'd say, that popular of a car. But it was, because it was a limited edition kind of thing. That's what
Yes.
makes it so valuable. But I've seen those. When you said Galaxy, I started thinking about that car. But that's fun. So trucks that you have, you got some friends coming with some trucks. These things, these '80s models I've seen are really, really popular these days.
I've invited some Jeeps and everything else. All those Jeeps are a big thing nowadays. Everybody loves their Jeeps.
Jeep
Yeah.
meetups. I mean, all
So,
kinds of.
I have a grocery getter Jeep.
Yeah, so we like I said, we've invited everybody and everything this year.
Well, good. That's great. I'm glad. I hope it's a big success for you.
And we've I do want to give a shout out to all the businesses around here. I'm not going to start naming them because I will miss one.
We'll miss one.
But they have been great. The minute we posted this, we got messages and phone calls, and they've been just unbelievably supportive of all this.
I'm sure they have. I'm glad they have. You sure you don't want to take a stab at naming a few?
I know I will. I know I'm gonna miss some, and she knows more than I do.
Y'all work together. Y'all work
There was
together.
what, 20
Suzanne, help
something?
him out.
We had.
Oh, wow.
We're gonna have a banner at the car show, and y'all are gonna be there, so we'll definitely show it. But I know Sergio down here,
That's at Valley
at
Grand.
Valley Grand. He was one of the first ones. Somebody mentioned his name, and he was one of the first ones. Clanton Outdoors. You go ahead because you've been talking.
Main Street Cafe,
Suits
the
Me.
Dinner Bell, Suits Me.
All good
my
folks.
goodness,
Yeah.
there's so many. I mean, and some are individuals that they threatened me not to mention their names. So
Okay.
we do have individual donors, but they
A lot of
told
people
me
like
to.
saying anonymous. I understand that.
That's
I sure
right.
do.
And the print shop over here.
Oh yes,
See, I forgot their name.
I
too,
forgot
so.
their name too. Josh
Well,
is
so
the
I-
man in charge.
J&J.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
JJ.
They done the flyers for us. So
Heather contacts a lot of these same folks, you know,
Yep.
for
I'm glad you
advertising
remember
here
that. I have it wrote
on Piper
down.
Peak.
Well, that's who we use.
So let's just remind everybody, and we're gonna go to a break. We're gonna remind everybody that your car and bike show is this Saturday from 2 to 8 at Collins Chapel Baptist Church on County Road 29.
Yes.
And you can contact BJ or Suzanne Giles at 294-4751 or 294-5035. Car and bike show, a $15 entry fee per vehicle. They're gonna have, it's free admission, family fun. Food trucks are gonna be there. You're gonna be able to come out and bring your family and see some really cool cars.
Yes, sir.
And it's hard to beat that for a Saturday evening. All right, y'all. We're gonna come right back after these messages. You're watching Piper Peach Radio here on the Morning Mayhem, and we've got Heather and Mike. We'll be right back.
Looking for the perfect way to unwind, compete, and have fun with friends or family? Then Putter Up Pelham is your next destination. Whether you're a mini golf pro or just out for a good time, Putter Up offers a one-of-a-kind indoor putting experience with custom effects lighting, sounds, and robotics at each hole, plus automated scoring and a virtual caddy to guide your game. And our ADA-compliant courses include special putters for individuals using wheelchairs or walkers, so everyone can join the fun from ages 4 to 100. Rain or shine, day or night, it's always game time at Putter Up. Come for the fun, stay for the challenge. Swing by Putter Up, where every stroke counts. Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
There's a pride that comes from employing over 6,000 people in America. Welding, fabricating, assembling with local and global parts. Delivering a machine just right for you. Japanese engineering meets American ingenuity that builds on our 50-year legacy of quality, reliability, and durability that makes us the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. These aren't just machines. This is a way of life. And that's why Kubota is investing hundreds of millions right here at home. Because we won't settle on what was good enough yesterday. We're innovating with inspiration from the hard-working men and women that proudly sit on our equipment every day. So you can be sure that every one of us have you in mind when a machine or implement comes down that line. We know how hard you work. We'll do the same. This is Kubota.
We are back. It is 7:59. Got about a minute away from 8 o'clock. Again, it's a beautiful day out there, but it's going to be another hot one. And a chance of afternoon scattered thunder showers that comes up all summer long like that. We're very lucky, though, because at least we're not dealing with floods like they are in the middle part of the country, or drought and horrible fires like they are in the West. So, I mean, it's crazy. This weather has turned nuts.
Yeah, man,
I mean,
it's definitely.
I was a little bit skeptical. I still am in some ways about this whole global warming thing. Not that it doesn't exist or isn't happening, but the cause, I don't know if it's all human. I think we've contributed to it, but, the weather's cyclical on this earth anyway. So we had an ice age. We've had all this stuff that can happen. But I'm telling you, it's real in the sense that the weather's getting more and more extreme,
Yeah, there was an ice age, Bill, that wiped out basically almost all the animals, before there was the first factory or vehicle on the road.
Right. And then, this
I'm not
this
sure
stuff,
how much we're doing anything.
well,
there.
I think we contribute to it. All the carbon in the air and all the stuff we're burning, yeah, it's going to have an effect. All I know is my power bill is too high in the summer, trying to pay for the air conditioning, and it's a little high in the winter when I'm trying to keep warm. I mean, we just got to be ready for this. It's something else. Just be safe and don't get overheated. If you work outside, or if you're doing some work outside, look for the signs of problems. Stay hydrated. Be safe, because I'm still astounded at how many people die from heat-related.
Well, you're forgetting the most important rule in heat safety.
What's that?
Watch the way you talk to me.
Huh?
In the heat, people getting frustrated and mad because it's hot.
Yes, you're right. They say that in the summer you get more murders and assaults in the evening because people are irritated and have been hot, and they're hot and they're irritated and they're mad and they get frustrated, and then they start popping a cap in your butt. And so, yeah.
More likely.
Listen,
That's why they call it the passion of heat. Murder.
I tell you what, I just know that I'm not going to be short with my wife, because, I love that woman to the bottom of my heart, but I'm scared to death of her.
There you go.
She is, she's not someone with which I want to reckon.
I feel like a healthy dose of fear is very good for a marriage.
She believes in it, and it's the truth. It's I'm scared to death of her.
Oh, gosh.
All right. Well, we're gone. We're going to finish up this morning. Thank you for watching and listening. Again, be safe, and we appreciate you supporting Piper Peach Radio, Morning Mayhem, and all our programs. And we just hope you have a good day. I'll see you on Friday. I won't be back till then, so y'all
We're
have
glad
a good
to
week.
have you, Heather.
Heather.
Glad to be here.
Thank you for being in with us.
That's right.
It's fun.
All right. We miss you also, Taylor, if you're out there listening.
No, we don't. We're not doing a TikTok all week long if we
I'm
can help
just
it.
jealous.
Do what now?
I'm just jealous.
Why?
She's at Disney, living her best life.
Oh, well, yeah, but I'm not jealous. I'm glad she's gone.
Oh, Lord.
Not that I love Heather, but I love her, but the TikToks. She chases us around with cameras in her hands and has all these elaborate
You
things.
should be so lucky to have the paparazzi that is Taylor.
No.
Oh, man.
No, I hope
Well,
she
I've
has
got
a
a
great
couple-
time. Hope they have a great time. And those TikToks, she's very creative. But
I've got a couple ideas. Maybe we could.
what you're going to do for
think about
TikTok?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm out of
Involve
here.
you two, really. It's not me, but y'all two.
Oh, yeah, right.
I don't dance.
I'm gone. Bye-bye.